Hello, everyone. Let me move my seat. Oh. Okay. Yay, another live. How are you guys? This is our group coaching call or group coaching session, also used to be called the super chat. How is my sound? And how are you guys? Happy Friday, or whenever you're watching this, Saturday. I love the book. Thanks, Janice, for reading it. Hi, Wes and Susan, and Nan, Bridget, Kat, Danielle. Hello, everybody. So good to be here with you guys. I'm really excited to do this group coaching call today. I'm very, very excited. Okay, so I'm just going to get started because I do have a time restraint. Oh, sorry. Yay, you're starting the book. Yay, Liz. Let me know what you think, what you experience when you're reading it. Hi, Taz. I'm sorry you're sick. I'm glad you're here. You're not alone. All right, we're going to get into it today. So before we do, a couple of announcements. One, the schedule for September is out. You will find it. I sent an email out, but you'll find it in the Patreon community. It's a post. It's posted up there on the community. Number two, we are having our last live event, which is a Q&A, this coming up Wednesday, the 31st at 10 a.m. California time. So that's our last August event, Wednesday, the 31st. I believe the post will be up tomorrow to register for it. And then last but not least, I posted the 3-day in-person and virtual seminar that I'm doing in Sedona, November 4th, 5th, and 6th. I posted it for you guys early. So you have a couple of days before the rest of the public gets to purchase tickets. So if you didn't see that post, check your email out and just go straight to patreon.com/lorieladd, log in, and you'll see the post. You'll see the details, the link to purchase a virtual ticket. It's only $49 for the virtual ticket, and you get all 3 days. You connect with us live on Zoom. And then an in-person ticket's $349 for all 3 days. Doesn't include food or transportation, lodging, or any of that, but it does include the seminar. There's only 80 tickets for the in-person, and I put the post out a couple of hours ago. I think we sold like 21 in-person seats already. So it's going to go fast, and I am going to be putting it out to the public on Monday. So I wanted you guys to get your seats first if you did want to come to Sedona. I will be in Ireland in March, the Netherlands in March, and London in March. So if you are in Europe area, I will be doing 3 in-person events. So I'm really excited. Cannot wait to get over there. I can't wait to see you guys in person over there. And it will be a much larger event in Ireland, in London, and in the Netherlands. So really excited for that. And last but not least, thank you all for all of your support in the Divine Design, my book. And it's been such an incredible experience releasing it and just reading all of your comments and feeling all of your support. So I really wanted to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's been incredible. Also, one more thing. I don't know where in the Netherlands yet. We're working out the venue, but it's going to be the venue that I'm thinking of. I can't remember the city it's in. It might be in Amsterdam. It's incredible. You guys have some badass event spaces over there. Europe is amazing. I've been looking at event locations, and you're like where you can do events in Europe is hands down like blows the doors off of the United States. United States is so young. So we have these like crisp, clean, kind of like event spaces that are just so blah. And Europe has these churches and these spaces that are ancient and old, and you're just like, what is this? It's incredible. So I'll let you guys know, of course, as soon as I have more details. The last thing is that if you have been reading the Divine Design, and you have questions, I am going to be doing a 7-day live YouTube series starting on Monday. And it's going to go for 7 days, Monday to Sunday. And it's at 2 p.m. California time. And I'm going to be kind of diving into the book. So there's 7 days, and there'll be 7 different topics that we'll be discussing. The thumbnails will be up tonight, so you can look at the different subjects for all 7 days, but I'll be reading a little part of the book, and I'll be answering your questions. So if you do have questions about the Divine Design, definitely join us on YouTube starting Monday, the 29th, 2 p.m. California time, and the thumbnails will be up too. So you'll be able to, thumbnail being the picture on YouTube where you can see. Okay, so for the group coaching call, let's just get into it. I pick you straight here, right from the chat box. So all you have to do is just raise your hand and say, pick me. And that's how I pick people. Very random. It's not like the mini session. Please just have one question. I want to try to get to as many people as possible. So 10 to 15 minutes per person max. One question. Please don't have your question be, what do my guides want me to know? I'm not going to be channeling sort of guidance like that. So if you have a specific question, great. If you don't have a specific question, please hold off for somebody that does have a specific question. Also, I will be posting this group coaching call on YouTube. So if you don't want to be seen on YouTube, keep your face off, don't have the video on, but I will be posting this group coaching call on YouTube. Okay. I was guided to do that. I don't know why. I guess we'll see what comes through in today's group coaching call. But yeah, let's start. There is always a replay for this. If that's what you mean, Tina, or are you asking for something, another replay? Oh, virtual tickets. Yes, there will be a replay for all 3 days. So you'll have the replay forever, unlimited lifetime access. Yep. So if you do buy a virtual ticket for this seminar, you will be able to watch it whenever you want. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Let's see who wants to ask a question. And we'll start pulling people up and diving in. If my thing doesn't freeze on me. Yeah, it's going to be a very powerful seminar. So excited. Okay, first person, let's do Ashley.
Hi, Lorie.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for being here for all of us.
Of course. Thank you. You were on a couple months ago. I remember you, or maybe longer than that. A year ago?
Yeah, it was probably about, So things have shifted greatly since we last spoke with the nursing home. And you did say there was something else in store for me there. Life panned out great. It looks like I'm actually going to be taking on a hospice aide job soon, which when I saw the job post, it really aligned to me working with the elderly and helping to be able to give them closure, and help them pass on peacefully. But right now I seem to be struggling with this attachment of or I guess attachment of lack base, where I'm like, this job is shit pay. How am I going to get out of the credit card debt? Then like the pressures of my parents, trying to guide me, but saying, all right, you're picking up this job, but you got to go get like 3 other jobs to work on this plan. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm kind of stepping out of all of this, knowing the debt and all that exists physically, but not presently. And I'm trying to hold the space of this truth of my own, and where I've gotten now by owning my truth this whole past 12 months has really brought me to a great place. But I'm scared almost I'm going to fall backwards with the overflow of a new job, life pressures, and just trying to figure out if you can give me any guidance on how to manage that. I don't want to go all the way backwards. I was just telling my mom today, my mental health comes first. I learned with the last job what a job can do to you, and I don't ever want to get back to that place. So I was just wondering if you had any guidance on that, finding some sort of a balance.
Falling backwards means what? Going back into stress, anxiety, worry, that kind of thing?
Yep. And, I've been really trying to hold on to not playing in the what ifs of what happens December comes and new mandates roll out and such like that. I'm like, it doesn't matter right now. I got my religious exemption. Don't play into that. But these fears of, December and the new year's coming, and then all these healthcare workers, we're going to be in the same position again. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I already know my truths in it. I just want to serve the people.
So here's what's coming through for you and for a lot of us right now, because the lack consciousness is really loud on the planet right now. It's very, very loud. And one of the things that you're learning, I'm learning, that we're learning is we've been in lack consciousness for a very long time. We've learned how to navigate it and to be in it. And it's like it's like a what's this? Not the survive. What's the thing I'm thinking of where you're surviving all the time, right? That's the consciousness that we're learning how to step out of. Okay. So here's how we start to step out of that. First of all, you have to be present. The moment your mind starts to go somewhere else, just literally be like, the only thing that matters is right here, right now. You have to train yourself, trick yourself. The only thing that matters is right here, right now. Okay. Because that's how you break free. The second thing you want to recognize is, what are other people's states of awareness that is pulling you into their state of awareness, i.e. your parents, your friends. You better get another job. You're not going to have enough money. These sorts of things are going to pull you back into states of being that you're trying to shift yourself out of. So pay attention to that, because it's not yours. You're trying to go like this, right? And peel yourself out of this knowingness that you're taken care of. Third thing, the most important thing that you said is our ability to maintain stress right now, meaning to reduce our stress, creates more abundance. We are designed to live in ease and grace, even in the chaos, even in the I have to pay my bills, even in these rules and the ways in which the world works. There is a little pocket of holy shit, this is how it works, where you tap into ease and grace and abundance. So it doesn't matter what you're being paid, even though it does. This is the balancing of this world that we're in. Of course, it matters what you're being paid. And at the exact same time, it doesn't, because the magic of the universe will wow you and surprise you when you tap into being taken care of. So you have to start to practice. Do I trust that I'm being taken care of? Do I trust that I'm being taken care of? If I'm choosing something that has less stress, less anxiety, less restriction, then inevitably I will be taken care of financially. And it's not your job to figure out how. It's not your job to figure out why. We're all going to start to learn how to pull ourselves out of lack and pull ourselves into that state. So practice those things. Practice staying present. Practice not falling into other people's thought processes, limiting beliefs, states of being, right? And then third, realize that your stress level is most important, because that's what's going to keep you in that state of abundance. It's the most important thing right now for us.
Yep. And it's crazy because since January, when I got let go of my job, I walked into the office, I called for the meeting, when I got let go for not meeting expectations, I walked out of there. I looked at my stomach. 99% of the pain that was there for 3 months just evaporated. I said, oh, okay, like this is great. Like I didn't need to go to the doctors and X, Y, and Z. So since being unemployed, the universe has wowed me multiple times where I am today, been able to pay the bills, and it's had its surprises. So it's just, if it's wowed me once, I have to kind of remember it's going to keep on wowing me if I allow it to.
Yep. Stay present. Stay in a state of what, like, show me what's next. Show me what's next. Show me what's next. Right. Remember that you're moving through everything, right? There's movement, there's movement, there's movement. You're moving through everything. And the moment you find yourself freaking out, getting anxious, trying to figure things out, just come back to the present moment. Just come back to right here, right now. And trust that there's something bigger leading you. You never know what's going to happen. You never know how you're going to be taken care of. You don't. And having the least amount of stress in your body as possible is the most important thing.
Yep. Well, thank you so much. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I love you so much. Appreciate you. And I'm very proud of you for writing that book and getting it out to the world. Being honest, I didn't get around to ordering yet, but it is on my to-do list. And thank you. You're a complete inspiration to all of us. And you putting that out to the world gives us all inspiration to keep on going with our dreams.
Thanks.
So thank you.
And congratulations on finding that new job, and just keep trusting. You're taken care of.
Yes. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye. I remember her from I don't know, maybe it was like a year ago. She was in a she was working, in a nursing home, I think, and they were doing mandates, and she didn't want to get the mandates. She didn't know what to do. So, yeah, it was interesting. Okay, let's do the next one. Amanda.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, you can hear me. Good, good, good. I didn't want to turn my camera on, but somehow it's on. If you can hear me, I hope you can.
Yes.
But one of my questions is about blockages. One example is that I have your book, and although I know it's going to kind of reawaken things in me because I watched your video on 12D grid, and it really just resonated with me. So I definitely wanted to get your book. I find that somehow I'm avoiding it, even though I know it's the truth. And sometimes even with meditation, I want to meditate, and then somehow I'll find something else to do. So I don't know what it is. If it's a past life thing, I keep thinking I've been burned as a witch or something. Why am I keep finding excuses? So that's my question for you. What is happening? Why I keep having a blockage or finding excuses?
Did you Instagram me a message? Because somebody said the exact same thing as you.
Oh, really? No.
Oh, wow. Someone said the exact same thing about the book, that it was triggering them, and they were like almost forcing themselves to keep going because they knew there was something deeper there, but they were definitely having resistance to it. It's very possible, especially because you brought it up, that there is past life memories that are starting to come up within your cellular DNA. Your soul has a remembrance of all the different lifetimes. So it's very possible that there's a part of you that doesn't want to start to have a deeper remembrance of you and what you're doing here and how this whole thing works. It's very traumatic. For lots of people skipped a couple chapters in there because it was too much, or they got angry. Right. It is a deep, deep cellular remembrance. And many times we don't necessarily want to remember. So it's possible that you don't really want to remember certain things right now, and that's okay, right? Like this is just baby steps. And if you don't want to meditate and there's resistance to meditation, you know me, I'm all about not resisting, right? So it's like, if you don't want to, there will be a moment where you'll be like, okay, I'm going to pick the book back up. I don't believe in necessarily pushing through the resistance. That's just me. So you're going to step into whatever it is that you're designed to step into and remember, no matter what, whether it's right now, whether it's in 6 months, whether it's in 2 years. That book may sit on your shelf for 6 months, and then you finally pick it back up, right? So we're learning how to just allow ourselves to have whatever experience we're having. But most likely, there's a deeper remembrance of what you're here to do. This is what I'm just getting. And you may not want to step into that yet, or be catapulted into that. So just have patience with yourself. Know that there's a divine design to why you're holding back, or all of that, right? We have to be gentle with ourselves. There's definitely a big, I don't know what you do in your life right now, but there is a big calling for you on this planet, in this lifetime. Big. So
I feel that. I feel
yeah,
like I'm supposed to do healing of some type with like sound, and I don't know exactly what it is yet. It's just like follow your heart and things will just start coming to you, sort of thing.
exactly. So just trust there. Everything awakens within us in divine time. We don't need
Mm,
to push it, but
yeah,
there's definitely an unlocking that's going to happen, that's
okay.
slowly starting to happen. So really, if there's anything for you to take away, it's keep an intention or intentions of sort of what you want your canvas to look like, even if you don't have
Okay.
specifics,
Yeah,
and start remembering that there's a much deeper plan that you've planned for yourself in this lifetime.
yeah. I
Um,
feel that.
yeah, and
And
start
I
to
feel like it's going to happen within a year. And it's just, I get the message like, do what you love, sing, dance, and just, like you say, just do the things you love, and things will just start being drawn to me, I think.
yeah, that always is the safest way, the easiest way through is find joy. Stop
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. Stop
Mhm.
trying to take it so seriously, right? Because it's in those moments of joy that the gems drop in, that the
Yeah.
aha moments happen. It's not in the deep meditation of like, I'm going to, it's not in those moments, because we're forcing those moments.
I think I get that from you when it talks about, I think you said on your 12D grid video that, everything is like a belief system. And it's that thing of the Buddha and sitting under a tree. And, it's not that for everybody. It's going to unleash all these beliefs that we have of what is enlightening. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah, don't give up on yourself. I don't think you are, but don't give up on don't beat yourself up, or uh just don't lessen the power of your soul and what you're here to do. You just haven't grabbed the completeness of it yet. That's all. You just haven't grabbed it's a big one. It's a big thing, whatever it is. So keep holding that intention of like, sort of like, I'm continuing to step into whatever my soul's plan is here, and then find more joy, find more joy, find more joy, and do it your way.
that.
Do
Yeah,
it your
it
way.
will. Yeah,
Don't
I
do it
hear that.
spiritual pathway. I think
Okay.
one of the things we're here to do is really I think it's kind of stepping out of more of the like spiritual programming, right? And just sort of doing it in a little bit of a different way,
Yeah,
personally. So, yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. No, thank you for that.
Thanks, Amanda. It's good to
Thank
connect with
you.
you.
You too.
Beautiful
You too. Thank
energy.
you.
Thanks for
Thank
being
you very much. Okay. Bye.
I love powerful energy. Powerful, powerful signature. Powerful signature. She's gorgeous. I know she wanted to turn her camera off. Wait till she taps into her signature. Whew. Damn, did you guys see her eyes? Or feel her eyes, I should say. It was powerful energy. We got to be gentle with ourselves. There's no right way of doing this, you know? Let's see. I just pulled somebody up. I think it was Tina. Yeah, she's accepting. Yeah, the first half of the book is really challenging in terms of understanding, I think. It can be like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What is all this? Second half is easy breezy. So waiting for Tina to accept. She's trying. She's trying. Wait a couple more seconds and then we'll grab someone else and come back to you. The light potion part is confusing. Yeah. I think a lot of the book's confusing. I'm digesting the book in my own way. Yay, Yukiko, you do that. We should all do that in terms of life in general. Just do it our way. Okay, I'm going to remove you, Tina, and try one more time. One more time. Mini sessions will be available. When is it going out? The 30th. Drop your name. Let's see, Tina, we're going to try one more time and then I'm going to move on and I'll come back to you. Maybe grab a different device. Okay, we are going to come back, my friend. Don't worry, I'll try you again. Let's try Alicia. Oops. Oh, geez. Excuse me. That was not what I wanted. Okay. I don't know why your name sounds so familiar, Alicia Parker. Okay, we'll try Alicia.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I love your necklace.
Oh, thank you.
So-
It's so funny. The woman who was in the car earlier, the last time I was on live, she was on too.
No way, really? Oh,
So when I
so
saw
weird.
her, I was like, I think I'm going to go on.
That's so crazy.
I know.
I love that.
Thank you so much for selecting me. And I can't wait to see you in Arizona.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm going to go from New York to Arizona. I always wanted to go to Sedona, and I'm like, I need a reason to go out there. And then you said you were going to be there. I was like, okay.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. So you actually had answered a question on Patreon a couple of weeks ago for me. I had ended like a 6-7 year long relationship. You kind of used the boxing match analogy, and which really helped. And now that I'm in this, I feel so foreign to the point where I feel crazy half the day. The way I can describe it is like I'm on this like a tightrope. I feel like it's shaky, but I know there's water underneath. I know I'm not going to die, but I want to stay on and I want to stay course. But there are days where I'm just like, oh my God, should I just go? Like, it's so hard to just still stay this way or be on track to who I know I am. It's been the most emotional experience. Like I have tantrums where I'm almost angry at my guides sometimes, and I find like I'm apologizing to them the next day. So my question to you is,
You don't never need to apologize.
I know, I feel so retarded. I'm like, I'm so sorry, because I legit just like, I'm like, oh my God, I lost my shit last night on, like really. And I'm not used to that at all. So I guess my question here is, how do I, I feel like I'm on like the brink of like, how do I know that's not just me thinking this in my head? Is it just because I have attachment, or is there another resistance of some kind to where I feel like I don't know, that's preventing me from kind of going through that ceiling, and I don't know what it is, but I'm just tired of feeling crazy.
Can I share what's coming through?
Yes.
Came through immediately. So one of the traps we fall into when we start really awakening and recognizing so many things, right? We start seeing things in our lives. We start recognizing what we've been in. We start sort of elevating our states of being. What happens is the trap that we fall into is, like you said, this tightrope of like, oh my God, I've got to stay on the tightrope, right? I gotta do this. I gotta make sure I'm doing it the right way or whatever. And the energy that's coming through for you is, dude, just let yourself fall. Just let yourself break. Let yourself crumble. Let it be let it just be messy. And so fall off the tightrope. Start allowing yourself more ease in falling off the tightrope, because you can't mess this up.
Okay.
You can't miss what you're doing. You can't miss it. It's not something you have to find. Do you understand? It's not something you have to like. If you don't stay on the tightrope, or if you screw up and find one of the reasons you're going so crazy, a lot of us are, is because these up and down states, they're designed to kind of make us feel like we're losing our minds. But if you can throw your hands up while you're in it, it will be easier. You won't feel like you're on a tightrope. You'll feel like you're on a roller coaster. Okay. Be on the roller coaster. Don't be on the tightrope is restrictive. Feel the energy of a tightrope. Someone's like, okay, you're going to go on a tightrope from here over there. And if you drop, dude, you're dead. Right. Even if there's water, who cares? I don't care if there's water or if there's a trampoline. I still don't want to drop. Okay. So imagine the energy of a tightrope. Okay. As opposed to a roller coaster ride. Like, I want the roller coaster ride, please, not the tightrope. So as you're going about your day, think about what you're putting yourself in. Are you putting yourself on the tightrope?
Right.
Or are you allowing yourself to be on the roller coaster ride? It is not easy being human. It's not easy going through everything you're going through, which, by the way, you're nailing it. A+++++. Okay. Like your teachers are giving you an A+, so you don't need to do it any better.
I was screaming at.
So the more it doesn't matter if you have breakdowns,
Okay.
if you give up, if you fall back into an old version, if all of a sudden you're reaching out to someone that you should not be reaching out to, who cares?
Okay.
You're on the roller coaster, you're in movement. You can't not do this.
And I think that's where, when the minute you said that too, I would catch myself saying, don't mess up this time. And I'm like, because I've always thought in the past I messed up, and like so I always had that, I guess, this pressure I didn't realize that I was putting on this experience now, or this change, because I always felt like I did mess up, or I did take a backseat in the past, and now it's like crunch time, and in my mind it's crunch time, but like you said, no, it's the roller coaster, it's the ride. I have to remember that for sure.
Because the more that you start to kind of, I'll just use the word awaken, but it's deeper than that. But the more that you start to turn on, the more you start to light up, the more your eyes start opening more and more. The mess ups are not the same. Okay, so 3 years ago, a mess up was unconscious, and the mess up would create these realities for you that just perpetuated whatever that mess up was. Okay.
Yeah.
When you're awake, when you're recognizing what you're doing, when you're playing in it all, when you quote unquote mess up, it doesn't alter your reality.
Okay.
It's more of like, oops, I just fell in a hole. Look what I just did. But that hole doesn't become your reality. You get
Okay.
it? You're
Yes.
just like, oh, I just messed up. But because you're conscious, the reality still stays in that higher realm. You're not the
Okay.
victim anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes, because I
So
think
it's
if I
like,
mess
oh,
up,
yeah, you mess up, you fell in a hole.
I
Okay.
think I go back to like all the way down. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No.
Uh-uh. No.
Okay.
You're on a different sort of trajectory. So the awareness of what you're in and how your thoughts, just the awareness of a mess up could create a reality is enough to allow that mess up to not create that reality.
Okay.
The awareness is enough. Okay, so because we're so used to, oh my God, if I mess up, I'm a bad person, I'm getting an F, I'm gonna have to start all over,
Right.
those things, right? It's like, no, a mess up is just, all a mess up is in my mind is being human and being like, oh, look what I just did. Oh, look what I just said. If I was on a tightrope all day long, Jesus, I would be like a wreck. I would be, because you're critiquing everything.
Yeah.
Don't critique. Instead of critiquing, just can you start to have this lens of like, wow, Alicia, look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing. Holy cow, look at what you're feeling now. If you know you're going no matter what. Stop the critiquing. It's a program. It's been ingrained in you.
Yes.
It's
My
ingrained
mother.
in you.
Yeah. And I recognize that too. Like, oh my God, I'm being really hypercritical. There is a program, but I still feel it first. And I'm like, oh, I know what that is. But I still went through the motions and then I realize it. Because I try to dissect everything as you talk about all the time. And yeah, there's a lot of programming that's just from day one embedded in me.
Don't dissect.
Okay.
So there's a book behind you that you can't see, but you'll see it on the video, and it just says simple.
Yeah. It's a cookbook.
Keep it simple.
Okay.
Keep it simple. So you're breaking out. There's so much you're doing right now, and there's a very loud critiquey voice that comes in, and that's what you're breaking out of.
Mm-hmm.
So the more that you break down, the more that you fall off that tightrope, the better, because you start to you start to learn how to give yourself compassion. You start to realize there's nothing wrong with you. You start to realize that, oh my God, I could screw up 17 times and I'm still a rock star. I'm still going to be okay, right? There is no such thing as an A+ only if you do ... And you're reprogramming yourself. You're learning how to kind of parent yourself all over again.
Yes.
And so get off the tightrope, get on the roller coaster, and have as many breakdowns as you need. Have a bazillion breakdowns in a day, because the more that you just allow the breakdowns, it's like, okay, next, then you just keep going and they don't mean anything. You fall in a hole and you fall in a hole and you're like, Jesus, today I got bruised up. Okay, next,
Yeah, that definitely hits. And I think the tantrums also come with like, I thought that's what I was going to do. No, I'm not doing that now. Oh my God. Like, so it's also like just feeling the different focus as well, where I feel like I'm being scattered and I'm getting mad about that too. But no, the roller coaster, all of that makes sense. And yeah, the programming for sure. That is very true.
Let the scattering be okay, because it's in the scattering. It's almost like you're looking at a big puzzle and there's all these pieces.
Yes.
You kind of have to see all the pieces first and let it blow your mind. And like, you're going crazy. You're like, okay, I thought it was this piece. It's not this piece. I thought it was this piece. It's not this piece. And the more that you can sort of get comfortable in that uncomfortableness, the more you'll start to hone it, the more naturally it'll start to, the view will start to hone in, and all those puzzle pieces will just become one puzzle piece, and you'll be like, okay, this is what's next. So you have to let all the confusion, I thought it was this and it's not this, and I thought it was this and it's not this. And the more we can just allow that as a natural process instead of something wrong or beating ourselves up over it, the faster we move through it, the easier it becomes. So think of it as puzzle, like a big puzzle you're looking at.
Okay.
Let try to see if you can let it all be okay, even when you have all the frustration. Also, one more thing for you is, because there is a lot of scattering. It's like there's a lot of noise, almost like you don't really know what to focus on, kind of. Okay, so what they're showing me is how you want to kind of without a perfectionist view, okay, without a it has to be perfect. So part of the issue also is like you don't know if it's perfect or not, so you're not focusing in, because what if you screw up, and what if you make the wrong choice, and what if it's not the right perfect choice that gets you the A+. So working on that, meaning recognizing it, letting it be loud, but letting it just kind of sit at the dinner table. The more you can hold an intention through a deepening of trust that it's going to be shown to you, because you have a lot of control too. There's a lot you're working through. There's a lot you're working through. So you want to work on control, what you're controlling. There's no such thing as it being perfect, or you can't control it. You can't control it. Okay. So you got to start to learn how to let go of control a little bit. So you want to start to think about what's your intention right now? Like, and I can feel a lot of frustration happening when you do that. So just let that frustration arise. But I can feel there's going to be frustration because you don't even know how to kind of bring that focus in. But just try to sit with yourself and allow all of the emotion, allow the frustration, allow the perfection, allow the control. And in that allowance, your lens will start to go inward, meaning you'll start to find almost like a peace or a presence or a knowingness of like, okay, I'm going to be okay. Okay, I've got this, even when you don't know what it is you've got. So start with like an intention of any sort. And from that place of, I'm going to start with an intention and I don't even know what that intention is, that's going to start to even bring you into, it's like things just get quiet. Okay. Things get calm. Even right now, our energy's calmed down.
Yeah.
Energy just got quiet, right? You could feel the shift in energy. It's like everything just kind of stopped. Right? That's kind of what you want to start practicing. Because I don't know what you and I just did, but we shifted the energy just now.
Yeah, we did.
Right? So yeah, you want to start to let go of trying to control anything and get present with what is, which you don't know is. You don't know. And then go back out and have all the chaos and the lens going big, and then somehow try to find yourself back in this place of like, I don't know anything and I'm okay with not knowing anything, but I know I'm in alignment and I know I'm moving.
Right.
And then go back out and everything gets chaotic. So bringing yourself into this state of not knowing. It's in the not knowing that you know. You have to just get comfortable with being in the not knowing. In the being out of control. It's when we're out of control that we're actually in the most control.
Right.
That's actually when we are most in the driver's seat. It's when we're trying to control that we're literally like all over the place.
Yes. Very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll see you in Sedona.
Yes, you will. Thank you so much.
Thanks, love.
Bye.
Bye. Feel how fast the energy shifted. Just when we started talking about like your intention, right? And you don't even need to know what your intention is. You just have to sit in the chaos. You have to breathe through the control. You have to breathe through the perfection. We have to slow down and just stop. You know, and it's in those moments where there is nothing to grab, there are no answers, there's no judgment, there's no expectation, there's nothing. That's true awareness. That's true presence. And then we go back out. And it's all chaotic. And we learn how to move on. How to move through it. If you think about what everyone's talking about right now, we really are remembering how to step out of all of the ways that we've been programmed to be. It's not easy. All right, I'm just picked Mariana. Mariana.
Hey.
Hi. You've been on recently or the last 6 months or something, right? Have you been on recently? You look familiar.
No, I think
Oh.
almost 1 year, I think.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Yeah. I'm nervous.
Oh.
I just started to read.
Yay!
I started yesterday. Arrived
I
yesterday.
love it. Oh, I'm so glad
Sorry.
you got it.
I'm already in my pajamas.
Oh, good. Where are you in the world?
In the Netherlands.
I'm coming to the Netherlands, girl. I'm coming.
Whoa.
I'm
Nice.
coming. Yeah. I also have a
Okay.
publisher that reached out from the Netherlands that wants to publish it in Dutch, the book in Dutch. So that'll be
Nice.
great. Yeah. All right, my love. What's your question?
I'm in a moment confusing. I don't know how to describe with my husband. Sometimes, how can I say? I know what I should do. Sometimes I don't know. He was very angry with me. Now it's better. Yeah, we thought about divorce, but I know that I feel, I don't know which word I should use, but that we are here. I mean, I feel that we live together other lifetimes, and basically he's here to help me. This is what I feel. I don't know if it is this. I don't know if you can tap in with my guides and see what I need to hear now.
Okay. So in your own mind's eye, can you just give me permission to connect to your higher self and your guides? Just let them give me access. Okay. So this is a choice. There's not, it's not you're not handcuffed to this man in order to continue to evolve or to learn. What you're tapping into in terms of this is for me, I think that's what you said. What they're showing is that there is a soul contract. Okay. And with soul contracts, we get to decide when we're done and if we want to keep being in a soul contract. Soul contracts are designed to teach us, to show us, to be mirrors, to trigger us, to let us grow. But we don't have to stay in soul contracts if there is a part of us that also is feeling like maybe the soul contract is complete. So we have to trust there's a deeper, there's something deeper happening within you around this. And it's less about your husband and the soul contract. It's more about like a wounding. The word they're saying is a wounding. There's wounding. I want you to imagine that you have a wound on your skin and you're continuing to kind of put salt on it and it hurts. Does that make sense? Like imagine you cut yourself, okay? And somebody keeps touching that cut. It's like hurt. It's like, stop touching my wound.
Yeah,
Stop
that
touching it.
makes
I'm
sense.
trying to heal. So the word they used is wound. Okay. And so there's like this constant touching of the wound. All right. And many times we think that that is healing. Okay. And we need it in order to heal. Sometimes, yes, because it shows us the wound and we're like, oh my God, look at my wound. I think I'm unworthy. I think I'm worthless. I think I don't deserve. I think I can't be who I am, whatever that wound is. So the pointing at it, the picking at it, the pushing of it allows us to see the wound. Sometimes we see the wound. We don't need anyone to keep pointing it out to us. Okay. What's the point of continuing to point out the wound? I got it. Okay. And the healing process sometimes requires us to no longer be in a situation where someone's continuing to point out the wound. That doesn't mean that you need to leave your husband.
Mhm.
That means that there is something deeper within you that is being asked to come alive. Boundaries, a firmer voice, a worthiness, what you deserve in life, what you want, how you want to show up and how you want this other individual to show up, right? So you may be, what's being asked of you is can you start to heal the wound in yourself without him? Now, I'm not saying without him in your life. I'm saying you don't necessarily need him to point the wound out anymore. You just need to start healing from within on your own, with or without him.
Yeah.
And as you start doing that, you will find yourself starting to be with him in different ways. Pay attention, because there's what they're showing me is there is there's an enmeshment. You know what enmeshment? You're enmeshed. You guys are like this, like
Yeah, I understand.
like dirty, like just getting messy together. And there needs to be a pulling apart of, so a separateness of energies. Hard to explain. Energetically, you need to start to kind of pull yourself away from him, meaning how you feel throughout your day is not dependent on him. You don't need to make sure he's happy in order for you to be happy, type of thing. Or what's another example? If he's in a bad mood, you kind of have to be quiet and walk on eggshells, type of thing, right? I'm just throwing out examples, but
Mhm.
when we are enmeshed, when we're messy with somebody, we are in their world reacting and responding based on how they are. You're not living you. Happens to all of us. We all find ourselves in this in relationships and in friendships. Can you peel yourself apart? Can you stand alone? Can you start to close yourself in? Or what is it that you want? What is it that you feel? What is it that you need? What do you want to express? What do you want right here, right now? What do you need? Separate from what he's experiencing and what he needs from you and all of that. Does this make sense?
It's like, yeah, what I was thinking is like to detach, you know, and
Detach.
to attach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detach.
Yeah.
Detach. Start refocusing on you. Start to put the focus instead of him, turn the focus on you. You don't need him to show you the wounds anymore. It's time for you to sort of turn inward and start to listen to you. Listen to your voice. Listen to your heart. Listen to what you don't want to hear within yourself, right? Listen to all the ways that you or sort of hold the parts of you that you have ignored, denied, silenced, quieted, pushed aside, pushed down, right? In order to be in this relationship. And it's very normal. I've done it many times. And so this is just you starting to say, okay, hold on, enough is enough. Wait a second. So we always try to figure out, should I get divorced? Should I separate? And that's a great question to ask, but that's not necessary right now. What's necessary is the answers will be shown the moment you start going inward. Trust me. It'll be shown to you what you need to do. If you need to do anything, the more you start focusing on you and stop focusing on him and what he needs and how and that response and react. It's like we play, it's like we're magnets to whatever they're experiencing. And then all of a sudden we're in their world and we're responding the way they are. And it's like, what am I doing? No. Right. And the more you do that, the more they're going to pull you. The more they're going to try to get you to come back and play. So it's a beautiful opportunity for you. Don't try not to focus on the future.
Yeah.
Okay. Try not to figure anything out.
Okay.
The answers are in the now.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that came to me was like, going with the flow. Yeah. Let it be. Yeah.
Exactly. Let it be, go with the flow and refocus on you. You'll be shown what you need to see. You'll be shown what you need to do. We always are. And when we try to figure it out, when we try to make sense of something, when we try to have the answers, when we try to get the answers, when we're like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Do I stay? Do I not? We're out of the present moment, which is the only place that the answers are at. So it's like we literally stunt our movement. We stunt our flow. We pull ourselves out of that flow or that movement state when we try to control, when we try to figure out. It's very normal. We do it all day long. But if we can bring ourselves into, wait a second, just be right here. What am I feeling right now? What am I going through right now? And then boom, all of a sudden you're in the future. What am I doing right now? What am I feeling right now? And it's just this constant boomerang, right? But you'll find more ease. You'll find more grace. You'll be like, holy shit, I don't have to figure things out. I don't have to make a decision. What's right here, right now? What do I want? I definitely don't want to hear his voice. So now I'm going to go and do this, right? Like, what is it right here, right now? So that's all you need to figure out. Everything is shown to you when it's shown to you. You don't need to try to grab it. Everything will be shown to you. Just try to stay as present as you can and try to go inward as much as you can. Refocus on you. Let the fear come up, let the anxiety come up, let the grabbing back onto him come up. Whatever you have, let those things come up. Just know that you're moving through it. Know that you'll be shown. And you can't mess it up. You can't do it wrong. You just can't. You know, you're doing it the best that you know how to do it in the way that you know how to do it. And it's perfect. It's perfect how you're doing it. You're unraveling, you're peeling back, you're looking at the wounds, you're saying, oh my God, right? Pay attention to how often your husband may try to push that wound unconsciously. Just pay attention, like, oh, wow. Boom, there it is again. Boom, there it is again. Boom. It's your voice that's being asked to be ignited. It's your voice. That's truly it's a deeper sort of, your voice is, you're trying to get yourself to come home so that you can get empowered, and you can feel your power again, your light again, your truth, your voice. It's like there's this lioness energy within you, that you tap into every once in a while, and then it gets silenced. And then you tap into it, almost like when you were in younger, when you were in preschool, middle school, high school, those times you were you. You were you. So you're starting to pull yourself back to that, reminding yourself of you. And so just let that unravel. Let that lioness part of you, let it start to come online. And you don't have to know what that means. And you don't have to know how to do it. But just know that's what's happening. And it's not about your husband. It's not about divorcing him or not divorcing him. That will come to you when it comes to you.
Yeah.
So just let the voice within you start to arise, and have more compassion for yourself. Give yourself more, like imagine you're hugging yourself more throughout your day. Because you deserve to be you. You deserve to have your voice. You deserve to be honored and cherished and loved and seen, and you deserve that. We all do. We all do. So, yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being with us. And you probably assisted a lot of us that are in relationships.
Thank you. It was
Lots of
very
love.
nice to talk to you.
Yes, it's good to connect with you as well. Maybe I'll see you in the Netherlands. Who knows?
Yes, it will be nice.
It would be very nice. Be gentle with yourself.
Thank you.
Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves, All right, Tina, let's try you again, my friend. Yeah, the 5-year-old knew who you were. Oh, yay!
Hey, yay! It's lorieladd day today in my house.
Awesome.
I did the guides meditation earlier, which has been so amazing. And then your email came through for Sedona, so I'm trying to figure out if I can do that. And then this, and I'm getting your book today. It's like,
oh my God, I love it. That's so awesome. And now here we are.
Here we are. And I was able to grab a hat, which is good.
Oh, good. Okay. We feel safe when we have our hats on.
I know.
What's your question?
Oh, I feel like so many other people have come so far with things. It's always health and money.
Mm.
And I used to be a victim of it. This happened to me, and and then I've taken control of it, and I've come so far. But I still have blocks, and I've made health my business too. But I think being blocked to where I've only been able to get so far with my own health, there's just something bigger going on. I have done so much, and I've overcome so much, and I tune in with higher self, and I do I don't know if anybody knows the sway test, where you ask yes or no, and can I eat this? Should I take this supplement? Like everything, should I do this with Lorie, and should I do this meditation? And I always get a yes or no, so I'm always tapping into higher self. But I don't know, there's just a block there. And then I feel like that blocks the money. to the extra, because I've gotten to a point with it, but there's never, oh, I'll just go to Sedona, no big deal. You know, it doesn't matter how much it is.
Yeah, there's a ceiling there's an unconscious, but now pretty conscious ceiling
Yeah.
that you've put on yourself that's also related to your health. How is your health right now?
I'm still dealing with things. I had Epstein-Barr virus really bad, and I had a lot of trauma and everything. But I still have a lot of toxicity. It's in my skin. I hold on to a lot of fat. Like, this is front and center all the time, and it's so embarrassing because I hold on to so much fat. And yeah, so, and then I have like a physical pain, kind of my left ovary, sigmoid colon area that I've always had. I did an quantum healing session, and that helped a little bit. And I've been watching sessions. I see people have entities attached to them, and so I'm always asking, do I have an entity attached? And then I get a no, and then I'm like, what if the entity's like, no, I'm not here.
No. It's trickier than you know. You're getting the right answer. Okay, so I'm getting this hit to tap into your guidance for a second. So is that okay? Can I tap into your higher self and your guides really quickly?
Please do.
Okay, so just go ahead and just give me permission to tap into them so I can just feel a little bit more of what's going on. Okay, so I'm just going to say, like, the first word that keeps coming up, you definitely have a, so self-love was the first word that popped through. Self-love, self-love, self-love. The other thing that's coming through is there is a, that there's a lot of beating yourself up, and there's a lot of, I don't know if it's perfectionism. Okay. It's not perfectionism, but it's like, you better make sure you do this right. Like you're going to be whipped or something. Like there's a whip they're showing me like a whip. Like you're going to, like, there's almost like something painful that's going to happen if you don't do it right, or if you don't get it right, or there's more pain that's going to come if you're not doing it. There's always this like underlying fear of something else painful coming through or coming in. This could be conscious or unconscious. So it's almost like you're not free. You're living in a state of sort of like a fear that something else is going to come or something else is going to drop. So there's a tightness or a restriction in you, in your body, that's perpetuating unconsciously this like this health, this idea of health, that you're not necessarily healthy yet, that you still have these things. You do, that's true. But it's contingent on this idea that there's this pain. I don't know where this is coming from or where this stemmed from. But it's deep. And it's connected to your worth and your value, what you're worthy of having in this lifetime. The beautiful thing is that you're aware of it and you're aware of the connection. I'm trying to get clarity on I'll share with you what I'm feeling. It's almost like there's no answer. There's like, I don't know if this is how you feel, but like there's no specific direct answer. That's how I'm feeling. So it's like, what do I do? What do I focus on? What are the solutions? None of that's coming.
Yes.
Is that how you feel? It's almost like
to my world.
yeah, very empty feeling, like there's nothing. It's like it's very interesting. So what you're feeling, there's nothing wrong with what you're feeling. There's nothing wrong with what you're experiencing. It's very real. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's very uncomfortable. It has everything to do with your body.
My body.
Yeah, it has everything to do with your body. Nothing to do with wealth, nothing to do with abundance. That's second. Okay, so it has everything to do with your body. I don't want to go too deep into trauma and what you may or may not have experienced as a child, but there is, because it could be a very simple trauma that disassociated you from your body, or it could be an intense trauma that disassociated you from your body. There is this like whipping of your body, like beating yourself up, beating your body up in a way. Your body is not safe. Your body is uncomfortable. Your body is going to disappoint you. Your body is going to, you're fighting against your body. You're in a battle with your body. These are the things that I'm feeling. So all of this to say, I'm just trying to break down what I'm feeling and what they're showing me. It's almost like the same feeling of like being on the tightrope and having to sort of let go of trying to do anything with the body or heal the body. It's like a deeper surrendering into the body, befriending the body. It's not you and the body or you against the body. There isn't even something you have to heal. This is what they're trying to get you to merge into or step into. This isn't easy and it's very difficult for me to explain, but it's like, can you stop seeing you separate from the body? Can you stop seeing you healing the body? Can you stop seeing you and the issues? Can you merge into the body or befriend the body or feel the body or be okay with it? I don't know. It's almost like, can you come back in and be with the fat, be with the whatever it is that you're feeling with your body. Can you come into it as opposed to being separate from it? It's a different feeling. It's a different way of experiencing yourself, because you're not the body. We all know we're not the body, but we're also not fighting against it, or because there's a part of you, I know I'm talking a lot, I'm trying to dissect this. There's a part of you that does trust the intuition, the knowingnesses. So you are in your body in certain ways, but there's like this other part of you that's fighting against it in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to my guides about it a lot. And at one point, not too long ago, I was just getting like, it's like there's nothing you can do. Just step away.
No, don't step away. Step away. You see how you said step away? It's the opposite. Step in.
Yeah.
Step in, not step away. Step away. No. Step in.
Okay.
Go in. Feel this body. Feel the insecurities. Like, go inward more. Do not step away, because stepping away is only perpetuating this sort of whipping of your body. There's something wrong with you. There's issues. You've got to fix this. It's like you're fighting against. There's no answers, because you got to come in. There's no answers because you got to just befriend this. There's no answers because you got to just sit with this. You got to look at it. You got to see it. You got to feel it. And even that doesn't make sense. Even that is like, okay, Lorie, that's great, but that's not going to help me, blah, blah, blah. I know that, but I'm just sharing with you what's coming through. I don't know the answers that you're going to receive the moment you stop trying to do anything with anything that you're in. Right? Like, it's like you're being asked to like let go or drop the it's like you're standing in this, here's the image they're giving me, like you're a conductor in the marching band and you're in front of, you're like the one leading the marching band. And they're like, you need to stop leading the marching band. Can you literally put everything down? Just stop all of it. And just, what happens when you stop? What happens when and it's impossible to stop and then not do life. So it's like, can I stop and then pick up and go do my life and have all my thoughts and all my insecurities and all the things, but then can I stop again? Can I stop? What does it mean to stop? What does it mean to just come in? Doing things differently without doing anything. There's no answer. There's no solution.
Or self-love, or
well, definitely self-love. I mean, that's easy, but you don't even know how to do that. So it's like you have to just sit. You have to just start to pay attention to what it is you don't love. You have to start to pay attention to what you do want to fix. And the only way that we do that is by just pausing for a moment, just stopping for a moment. Just what am I always trying to fix, right? And what and just paying attention. They're tiny little things that you're just paying attention to throughout your day that you make not okay, that we try to fix or change, or there's something happens when something big will happen when you start to just stop. It's like the ceiling will open. There's no answer for you. There's no answer. So it's like, if there's no answer, then there's nothing to do but just get quiet, to just stop. Even if it's like, as you're going about your day, you literally just sit on the couch for 5 minutes and breathe. That's you stopping. And then go about your day again. And then 5 minutes, 3 hours later, can I sit for 5 minutes and go about your day again? That is what's going to open up the abundance. That's what's going to open up the ceiling. That's what's going to kind of break apart whatever it is that there's like a stagnancy in some. There's like you're in quicksand or something. I don't know. There's some sort of like there's massive movement that can happen quick with you the more you stop. So it's counterintuitive.
okay.
This is a hard one because it's really hard it's really hard to speak about what it is that's being shown energetically. So it makes perfect sense that you don't know what it makes sense why you have that way in which you say yes or no. I understand now why you do that. It allows you to get the answers because it's very much an energy of like, God, there's nothing. So that is part of like your signature, your resonance. There's not it's not very clear. So the way you can get more clear and have more clarity over and over again and open up that ceiling to abundance and start moving the density through the body is simply going inward and stopping.
Okay. Do you think that's, I'm very confident when I work with my clients because I use the same technique for them. But do you think that's what stops me from being able to build my business or to have people trusting me? Because I feel like when I speak, there's a lot of throat chakra with me. Like when I speak, I'm not heard, or
yeah, it's
people
big.
kind of look at me like
Yeah, there's not a lot of
I'm very
confidence.
confident that I know what I'm talking about and I can help, but can I help at this point? Or
Yeah, there's definitely, okay, so imagine that your throat chakra, that energy center, is really our voice. It's our truth. It's our confidence. It's our knowingness. You know, this is, that is like at 30% for you. Okay. So again, this goes back to trauma. It goes back to what you were taught and told about yourself, what you deserve, what you're worthy of.
I've always had crazy throat things. I was adopted, so I think like that's what started it. And then when I was 4, I had, I think it was my thyroid blowing up. They call it a lump in the throat. It's just always the throat. And then I'm left with this lovely reminder of everything I've been through with that.
Yeah. So
yeah, and just,
what do you feel resonant wise in terms of clearing it or not even clearing it, is opening it? Like what do you feel would allow you to open it a little bit more? Because it feels like it needs to be allowed.
yeah, I
Like
don't
you need to allow.
know at this point.
Start intending that. Start to,
Okay.
because you're it's like you're 30% in life. Okay. And there's 70% of you that wants to step out and say, show me, let's go, let's do this. Right.
Yeah.
So you're here with this in this live right now because you're ready. The higher self is like, girl, it's go time. Let's do this. We're rattling you. So start to set an intention, or start to set a prayer, or start to hold awareness that you are breaking free. That's the word that I'm seeing. It's like a breaking free. You don't have to find an answer. There's no answer. There's no answer to how do you get more money or how do you find more clients. Let go of having an answer. Step into something bigger than that. So like a surrendered state of like, okay, let's go, show me. I want to be so confident. I want to be in such a flow state. I want to be serving humanity. I want to be in abundance. Like, and move yourself into that state first by energetically intending that, as opposed to how do I heal? How do I make more money? How do I step into abundance? Forget about trying to figure it out or get the solution or the answer. Just say, show me, let's do this. I am so ready. I am so ready. We have to start to step into something bigger than ourselves, which is us, without answers. It's energy. It's an energetic expression. It's an energetic being. So it requires us to not have answers. And then through that, this is like the theme today, right? Is like not having answers necessarily.
I liked your message today about clearing the path.
Yes.
For me.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Really resonated.
Yeah, I was in my car this morning and I was stressed out and trying to control something with my work. And it was creating a lot of stress. And I just closed because I know that's not our state. Our natural state is not to be in control. Our natural state is not to stress out, because when we are in a controlled state, that is the ego fearing a future that isn't real. And that's me, the ego personality, thinking that I have control over this. So I get caught up in this illusion that I'm going to be able to control all this, when there's a higher version of me saying, Lorie, just let go. It's all going to be okay. Trust, it's all going to be okay. Trust, it's all going to be okay. But it's hard when you're caught up in the stress. So I just said, okay, I'm going to listen to that freaking voice and I'm going to trust that it's all going to be okay. And I closed my eyes and I breathed and I said, okay, show me the way, show me the way, show me what if there is something better that I can't see? What if it is designed to be easy and graceful? I just don't believe that because I'm in my ego. What if? And then it's like, show me then. Show me. I'm going to believe with everything that it's designed to be easy and graceful, that I can allow myself to show me. And then I forgot the third one that I said, but I started doing that and immediately it shifted me. What was the third part? It was breathing, show me the way. Oh, and open up my path so that it's easy and graceful. Open up my path so that it's easy and graceful.
It's such a good visual too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we get stuck in this controlled state. We get stuck in trying to do all of that. You're not going to have the answers, my friend, unfortunately, which is why you have the answers in your daily life to navigate. But in terms of this deeper shift that you're in, there's no answer to it. There's a beingness in it. Okay. It's a beingness. So, I will say that what I'm seeing, what I'm energetically kind of tapping into and what they're showing me is, what you're experiencing and what you're in right now is just it's not designed to stay. It's like a chapter that you're in, a phase. So you're designed to move through it and move out of it. It's just a matter of how courageous are you of letting go of all the ways in which you've been doing it, which requires you to kind of really let go, to drop even deeper. And this is for all of us. How deep can I drop into me? Which means how deep can I let go? How deep can I breathe into myself? How deep can I stop trying to do things? And it's in that moment that you start to shift. Okay.
Okay. Thank
I don't know if I gave you anything, but
you did. It's definitely a reminder to just be and feel, and the self-love thing, that is something I need to do more of.
Yeah, you're not designed to have that ceiling on you. If you just do a simple 5-minute timeout throughout your day, that will really shift you, honestly.
Okay.
It's a lot easier than we make it, especially with health issues. It's so challenging. So it's baby steps and just like 5-minute timeouts, 5-minute timeouts. And yeah.
Okay.
See, your dog is even like, yes, Mom. I'm gonna take a walk.
The dog, the cat, they're all coming to hear what you have to say.
Yeah. Let's do a 5-minute. Hello. Oh my God. She wants to say hello. What's her name?
That's Gabby the cat.
Oh, Gabby the cat.
And then I've got Moxie the dog.
Aww. So precious.
They're all hanging out. So.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad we were able to get you on.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you getting me back on. I was like, I couldn't do anything. It's like when it called on the screen, I didn't know how to do it. And I was like, could see it was black. I couldn't read what the screen said.
Oh God.
I was like freaking out.
I'm glad we connected.
But I'm glad it worked. Thank you so much for calling me back on.
Thanks, love. And also go back and listen to this a couple times. It's not about the words.
Okay.
It's not about the words. It's not about what I said, like verbally. It's like an energetic kind of feeling or remembrance.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Tina. Lots of love to you.
To you.
Bye. All right, you guys. I have only a few minutes left, so I'll bring one more person on with a real quick question. One person. And then I gotta hightail it. Okay, Michelle, we'll do you. Quick question. Michelle.
Hello. In just a couple minutes. Okay, I just got home.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, lovely.
Hello. Sorry, I'm house sitting, and the house person came home right when you picked me.
Oh.
So, and the dogs are barking, so I'm like, oh shit, I didn't expect you to pick me.
Surprise.
Wow. And it's so funny because I was just thinking, oh, I have this question, but I don't think she'll pick me. So whatever. Anyway, so because I know you have to go, but my question is, like, why do I have such a hard time wanting to be here or to stay here or to accept that this is
Whew.
what I
Girl, you're going to knock me out with that question?
Sorry, because that's what popped in my head right when you said I'm doing one more, and I just clicked me, please. So it's like,
Wow.
I've struggled with this my whole time being here. Like ever since I was a little kid, I never felt like I got left here, like I got abandoned on this planet. And I remember looking through my parents' files and drawers and everything, looking for my adoption papers, because I just never felt like this isn't I don't know who these people are.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
I felt like I'm supposed to be here.
This is probably why I was supposed to post it on YouTube. Yeah, that's a powerful, powerful question. It's not an accident that you're here. So you didn't get dropped. But what you are feeling is very real. And it takes courage to start to remember why you're here. This is specifically for you. Okay? It takes courage for you to remember why you're here. And there is a specific reason why you're here. And sometimes we get stuck in the I don't want to be here for so long that we pause the reason that we're actually here. Okay. So one of the reasons that you are right here with us right now live is to begin to remember or to step into the bigger reason why you came here that you don't know yet, that you haven't accessed yet.
It's just, I'm like, dude, I just turned 52, and I'm like, how much longer do I have to be here?
You're here for a reason. You're not going to go anywhere.
I know. And I know deep down inside that I chose to come here, and I just like, why? Like, what? Like, I've been searching and searching and searching for the reason. I'm like, it can't be just to, do the things that I'm like currently doing. Like, I feel like,
Can we take a moment? Can we take a moment and just like, can we create a moment right now where we don't speak? Okay. And all of us here, including the people that are on this Patreon live, that we hold the intention, and you hold the intention right now. I've never done this. I've been on Patreon for 3 years. I have no idea why they're asking me to do this, but let's hold the intention in the silence that you remember why you're here. And for anyone that's in the position that you're in and feeling the way you're feeling, it's time to step into the remembrance. It's time to allow yourself to be activated by that remembrance. Because we're not here, we did not incarnate to be in that fight or flight of wanting to leave. It's not why we're here. So for everyone that is feeling this feeling, including yourself, of wanting to leave, not knowing what you're here to do, I set the intention that all of us, that we're catapulted into a remembrance. That we're catapulted into the remembrance. That we're catapulted into the remembrance. That we do not need to be in the stories that we have been in for so long, fighting against being here. My prayer is that every single individual, including yourself, that is waiting for that remembrance, that it gets activated. It's time. It's time to get activated. It's time to remember. So for you specifically, okay, can you start to hold the juggling act of, okay, yeah, that's great, Lorie, but I'm still feeling like I want to get the hell out of here. Can you hold both? Meaning, can you hold it's happening? It's happening. With every breath that you can actually remember feeling and breathing, can you start to say, it's happening? It's happening, or it's happened. It's happening, it's happened. I'm remembering, I'm remembering, and you don't know anything. You don't know what you're remembering. We have to pull ourselves out of the beliefs and thoughts that we've been in for so long, which is that this freaking hellhole sucks on the planet. I want out. I don't want to be here. I'm done. I'm not supposed to be here. I am wrong. No. Something is very wrong here. I'm pretty sure I did not. No way would I have chosen this. Somebody pushed me down here.
I feel like we came down to explore, and I didn't get back to the ship in time, and they left me here. And I'm like, wait, I didn't want to do this.
This is a big piece, because that is true, meaning that feeling of being left, that feeling of, oh, no, I made a big mistake. No, there's no way. I made a mistake. That is very real. That's very true. But now it's time to actually let that go. Okay, I'm here now. Maybe it took you 50 freaking years to finally say, I'm here now. But I'm here now. Let's get to work. And you don't know what that means, and having the frustration around that. But can you step into, okay, I'm here now. Let's go. Instead of trying to find what you're here to do, because that's still sort of this space of you're still not really wanting to be here almost, right? So it's like, I say this to everybody that connects with me and everybody that has a resonance with me. The only reason that you have a resonance with me is because you're here to remember what you're here to do on the planet. That's the only thing I'm here to do. I'm just here to remind you. That's it. So there is something that you have planned for your soul. And maybe it's just to find peace and to bring peace to others. It is service work. Okay? It is service work. But you got to first surrender to being the human. You got to surrender to being here. As much as the moment you leave, you will literally be having a party. You will be like, thank you, God. But while you're here, step into that service work by energetically knowing that you're starting to step into it. Like, if I'm going to be here, then let's go. But in a deeper knowingness, not if I'm going to be here, you better freaking show me what it is I'm here to do. No, like a deeper knowingness. Like, all right, you guys, I'm finally settling in. May have taken me a while. I fought against it, but show me my mission, like Mission Impossible, or like the Bourne, that Bourne movie. What's his name? I forgot the name of the movie, but he gets called up and he's like, okay, here's your next mission. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go do it's like that kind of feeling, like, all right. So now for you, it's just what if? What if there is a reason here that you're here? And what if it is for service? And what if you don't know what it is? And as much as you want to leave, what if there's a big imprint you're here to give humanity? You got a lot longer to live. Bye. That's your family from above saying, see ya. You're in.
Yeah. And I know, like, I think in my heart, I know it, but then my head and my ego and everybody else, all the committee gets active and they're like, figure it out. Or I see other people actively doing things and I'm like, I feel like I should be doing things. And there's that shoulding on myself again. And, but I know I'm going to be of service. I think the frustrating part is I don't know what it is. Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand like, oh, I can just be frustrated. Like, I can just be like, I don't have to know what it is. I know that I'm supposed to be here. I just don't have to know why, but I want to know why.
In my soul signature class, we email me and I'll send you clips of portions of the class, the course, because it drops you into a deeper surrendering of not needing to know why, yet knowing that there is a why, there is a purpose. And in that deeper state of surrendering, that's where you start to step into the role. So it's counterintuitive. It's like we're fighting against, it's like we're trying to find it. And that's very much an efforting state that just perpetuates the efforting. Whereas if you can step into, what if it's enough to just know? So it takes a real deep sense of being. But what if it's enough to just know that I am here for something? So it's a really strange state to kind of try to push yourself into or move yourself into. But if you can move into that state of, what if it's enough for me to just know that I'm here for something, over and over and over again, being in that state. And then you have all your thoughts and all your frustrations and all your screw that, but then you keep trying to drop into that knowingness. And from that state, you start to be what you came here to be. So it's really dropping into the deep uncomfortableness of, what if there's nothing you're here to do, right? That's the fear. If I don't keep trying to find it, then then there's nothing that I'm here to do. And if there's nothing I'm here to do, I want out. Mm-hmm. Instead, there is absolutely a purpose for you here. You just don't know what it is yet because you've been trying to find it and then you fight against where you actually are. So it's this dropping in deeper and deeper to like, okay, there is a knowingness that I am here for something. And can that be enough? Can that be enough? And it's from that deep knowingness that you start to step into it. Email me. Will you email me? I'd like to send you some of the portion of the class, the course.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Just email me. I started reading your book. It's taken me a while too. Like I really have to read a chunk and then just kind of sit with it. Cause I'm like, this is so like my brain kind of spins around it.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking I should be reading faster. And I'm like, oh, good God, just
Dude, my mom's been reading the first couple chapters for like 2 weeks now. So let it do its work on you.
And I think that's why I'm like, I feel like I read a little bit and then it tells me just put it down.
Yes.
Just sit. You don't have to try, and it's not that kind of a book. It feels very, very different, like very different. Like
Yeah.
I can't just like, read through and be like, la, la, la. I like have to like, wow. I'm like, okay, I have to put it down, and then I'll pick it up later. Like last night I read a little bit more and I'm like, oh, then I put it down. And so, but I hope to see you in Santa Monica, because I'm in San Diego. So I'm going to just drive up.
Oh, you should. I would love to give you a hug. Oh my gosh, that would be incredible. It would be amazing to see you in person. That would be awesome. I would love that.
Yes. I'm like, come hell or high water.
Yeah. Awesome. I'll see you on the 17th then.
Mm-hmm.
And do me a favor, if you ever feel like, or when you move back into these states of, I don't want to, why am I here? I don't know what I'm doing. Just come back to this little section of the live.
Yeah.
Just come back to it every once in a while.
Definitely gonna, because I don't because I was present, right? So I wasn't I wasn't like I was just moving with you through it. So I'm just like, oh, I got to go back and rewatch this because I have no idea, what we
What
talked about.
happened? Yeah, that's the deeper activation that happens. It pulls you out and then you don't remember even being here. It's the deeper activation. And let the divine design activate you. And thank you. Thank you so much, because you actually activated a lot of people. And I didn't know why I was supposed to put this on the YouTube. I was like, why do they want me to put this on the YouTube? I never put these on the YouTube.
And then I'm thinking, I better not get on it because I don't.
No, your question is the reason why.
Yeah.
There was a big, massive activation that we just did for humanity. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, even though you don't know why and you got dropped off and your friends left, your family left you.
Mm-hmm.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen. That's why we're here.
And I know, like deep down in my being, that I chose to come here. I know I chose it, and they remind me, like, you picked to come. But then it's like, like you say, when you come in, we forget everything, and it's like, really, I don't think I think I was voluntold. Like, I don't think I volunteered.
Voluntold.
So,
Let the remembrance happen. Bring on the remembrance. Bring it on.
Yeah. And I'll practice that for sure, because, because when my head starts to spin out, then I'm like, oh yeah, Lorie taught me some tools. I can use my tools and I don't have to know. And I'll know when I know, right?
Unfortunately or fortunately, yes.
I want to know now though, but
I know.
that's whatever.
Yeah. It'll happen. All right, my love. Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
such an honor to connect with you. And I'll see you on Santa Monica on the 17th.
Yes, I'm excited. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thanks,
I love you.
love. Love you. Bye. All right, you guys, that is it. I love you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for the Q&A at 10 a.m. And if you're interested in the seminar, the 3-day in-person and virtual, it's up on YouTube, Patreon now. And I love you guys. So much love to you. Be gentle with yourselves. Mwah.